what I'm supposed to talk.
Well, we ain't never prepared. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
But I don't want to call her out because she's.
This would never happen on The View.
Right. Whatever happened on The View, that's what happened on your weekend?
Yeah. I'm alive.
How was your weekend, though? Anything?
I'm alive.
Nothing special?
Everything is special. I live in Los
I know you ain't got no
Angeles.
kids. You got nieces and nephews, though, right?
Yeah.
They older or younger now?
They older. You know about this, they're getting
Okay,
up
because I don't know if you had brought one to the comedy act before. I thought it back in the day, but maybe I could be
That was
seeing
all
things.
family.
Yeah, okay, that was yeah.
That was family.
Yeah. So the big news. We'll try to wait off a little bit, see if Jeff comes about the Chris Rock special.
Oh,
Try to wait.
okay.
At least we can try to wait for him. But we might as well talk about since we don't have our paperwork yet.
That part.
Did you see Creed?
No.
Oh man,
I'm sure you liked it.
I loved it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're in the chat room, did you see POTUS?
No, I didn't, but I've read a lot of mixed reviews, and
Mixed
like
reviews?
diehard
Mixed.
Rocky fans have a problem with it.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
But you being in the boxing world,
And from Philly.
I would definitely consider your
No, I saw the movie.
opinion. Yeah.
So I saw it. I thought now.
Okay, wait. Before you break it down, now,
Mm-hmm.
would you say Rocky is Joe Frazier and Creed is Muhammad Ali? Would you?
in the movie.
I'm just saying comparison of the.
Oh, yeah,
boxers.
but I don't know because Joe Frazier, Frazier was even better than that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So
But I'm saying Frazier with Philadelphia and running up
yeah.
the steps is,
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll give you that. I saw the movie, and this is the first Creed that I watched from the beginning to the end.
This is Creed 4.
Creed 3.
Creed 3.
This is
Okay.
3. I didn't watch Creed 1 all the way through. And actually, it's funny. Creed 1, the guy that played the referee is my buddy. I used to box with him. He came from my gym, and he's in my documentary. And then Creed 3, my other boy is in it, Yaya.
Yeah.
You remember Yaya?
Yeah,
Married to Layla Ali, ex-husband.
Yeah.
And give big shout out to Johnny McClain. That's his old name. Now his name is AKA Yaya.
Yeah.
Did a great job. He played one of the trainers. He played the trainer to the guy.
Yeah.
So that was really good. And but the movie, not to be a spoiler, just in case someone didn't see it, but it was really it really touched me a lot too because the storyline was great.
Okay.
But the storyline was about them both being in foster care.
Yeah.
In group homes because they got So it was similar things that I saw in the movie that happened in my life. And then also like how his mom passed, my mom passed at home. It was crazy, man. It was like you could feel it.
The emotion.
It was actually, bro, it was really emotional movie. And I don't think the trailer in the chat room or anyone else that wants to talk about it, I don't think the trailer really showed what the movie was about because the trailer made you think it was going to be something else. But actually the storyline was good. So you could see both sides of the story of fighters. And you actually had some empathy and sympathy for the other fighter. Yeah. It was good, man. But I thought the fight scene was good. It was realistic. Some people didn't think it was realistic because of how he got the title shot. But if you know anything about pro boxing, Lomachenko, he had a title shot his first fight.
Lomachenko,
right? And he lost it, and then he came back and won the rematch.
Yeah.
And he's been champ ever since. But Lomachenko also had over 400-something amateur fights, so he was damn near ready.
Yeah.
What'd you think about him as a fighter?
Great. Like you say, he lost that, came back and got it. So he was always that guy that was, everybody watched out for.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Other fighters thought it was bullshit. Like, yo, he ain't had one fight. He get a title shot off the bat.
He was ready.
Shoot, but he was ready.
That's what I'm saying. When you got the amateur report card,
you're
ready.
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. Amateur fights mean something, but Mike Tyson didn't have a lot of amateur fights. Montel Griffin only had 12 or 13 amateur fights and made the Olympic team. So you don't have to have a lot of amateur fights if you got the heart and know how to fight.
Okay, what about Mark Breland?
Mark Breland, man, let me tell you about Mark Breland, man. First of all, Mark Breland is one of the coolest guys you ever meet in the world.
That's
one of the nicest people. Huh?
That's why I brought him up.
Oh, okay. He's one of the nicest guys in the world, man. He's in my documentary. He agreed to do the interview, man. Set it up. Didn't charge. Didn't ask for no money. Did it. Did a did something really good for my documentary. But Mark Breland 101 and 1 as an amateur. 160-1 if you want to count the smokers. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And he lived up to every dream we thought as an amateur would. Remember, we followed him his whole amateur career.
To the Olympics.
To the Olympics. So from 81, 82, we followed Mark Breland.
Yeah.
Won the gold medal. And then went pro. And actually didn't have a bad pro career.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He won the title. I think he's a 2-time champ. He lost the title, then got it back, and then lost it again. Yeah. I think he lost to Marlon Starling. I think he lost to him. I think that. Don't quote me, but
this is when boxing was real.
Man, this when boxing was real, dog. This is when, and you know what? This is when boxing was real, and you could watch it from the crib.
Right.
Like you ain't had to get paid per view.
Right.
You ain't had to go to Vegas. It was going to be right there on ABC.
Exactly.
You know, what you think about that anyway? Them switching it up. I mean, money wise, it made out for the boxers. But what do you think?
If it makes out for the boxers, cool, because they're putting their life on the line.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be more visual like that, I'm saying, like, where before it wasn't pay-per-view when we was coming up.
Right, you get it on ABC.
Right.
We get Ali like 3 times a month.
If Ali got a knockout, you might, hell yeah. That's how people got to know Ali, because you got to see him.
Again.
Yeah. And who was the number 1 sportscaster at that time?
That was your boy Howard Cosell.
Oh, yeah, TDP. I had to check with TDP, make sure he up on game there. That's true. He was a hell of a sports announcer. This is Howard Cosell. Man,
they put each other on the map as well.
You know okay. So do you know the story about Ali when he refused to go to the draft, right? But you know who supported him?
Yeah,
Cosell backed him.
Yeah,
and you know Joe Frazier was the one that gave him some money.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's why Joe Frazier was mad at him.
Exactly.
Like, yo,
he was taking care of him. Absolutely.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, if we go back to Howard Cosell was a lawyer.
He was.
And then he met Ali.
Jewish lawyer.
Yeah. And he told Muhammad, you're very brash. You're very braggadocious. You're very loquacious. Well, they say, I don't know what loquacious means, but if it's good, I'm that.
That's right. And he loved him. They loved
each other.
Yep, they loved each other. That's why when I say how Howard Cosell lost his career near the end, you know, it's just, you know, his comment was, you know, at the football game, remember when he saw Joe Washington running?
Yeah, monkey run.
The little monkey run, yeah. But here's a man that backed this brother this whole career, you know what I'm saying?
It's the yin and the yang.
The yin and the yang, man.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, got our final call.
Jeff. The final call's coming.
Okay.
Just the date's changed.
Thank you, Sister Q-Dex.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, thank you for my meds, too. I was in my car. I was knocked out, y'all.
Yeah, I love boxing, you know.
Who do you think is the... actually, Benavidez is in this movie. David Benavidez. So I wasn't a big fan of his, but I liked... because I think he's kind of like... and you know, he's been going at this guy and kind of disrespectful. But after seeing him in the movie, I liked him. I thought he did a good job. He actually did a very good job as an actor.
So you took him out the boxing world, but... You don't like him, but in the movie world, you like him.
I like him in the movie, but now I kind of like him back. You know, I'm like, okay.
I heard that
no, he did.
Mayweather had a fight not too long ago that flew under the radar.
We can hardly hear you, but...
Can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you through here.
Is your headphones?
Oh, there it is. I can hear you now. Yours thing was down, I think. So what'd you say?
I said I heard that Mayweather recently had a fight that kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah, it was another exhibition. You know, and it wasn't a sold out, but here's the thing about people with Mayweather. People are talking about him, like people are like, oh man, it wasn't sold out, but he's getting 20, 30, 40 million a pop exhibition.
No problem with that.
No problem.
But what you have to understand about his caliber is when he fought, he had people flying in from all over the world.
Right.
Private jets, people had to circle in the air because you ain't a big dog and you can't land.
Oh yeah, you ain't landing, and not in Vegas. Yeah, you can't even land in Vegas if you don't know about. If you don't know about Vegas,
a whole nother airport.
Yes. If you don't know anything about Vegas, Vegas is all about ballers. You might, and if you came in a private jet and your jet wasn't on the, oh no, you're gonna have to go North Vegas or somewhere. I think they got two airports.
Yeah, that's why you gotta go to Airport B.
Airport B.
A. We letting this big shit over here.
You know what's funny though? It's like people talked about the two fights because really Mayweather really only maybe 2 of his 50 fights that he fought were really super close.
Corrales.
Well, he smoked Diego. Diego. You talk about
You know what I'm saying,
Madonna.
in that 12th round when he
No, he knocked out Corrales. You talk about Medina and Ruiz. Luis.
that's the one in the 12th round when he just stuck his foot in the center of the ring and they went to battle.
Right. Yeah. But it wasn't Corrales, though.
That wasn't Corrales.
Yeah. But I know what you're
That
talking
fight,
about. Yeah. But it was only maybe 2 fights, maybe 3 out of his whole career that were close. So everybody, when you have that kind of record, people look at you, they don't respect your record. But, man, Mayweather was the money man. That's why those type of close fights, he was never going to lose those fights in Vegas because that's the money.
But here, this is L.A. watching Mayweather. So,
All right.
the Latino community.
Right.
They love their fighters. How they talk about it. Well, all he do is run.
Right.
All he do is run. I said,
Right.
well, get somebody in there to stop him from running.
Yeah.
That's all I can ask.
Well, the Latino people want you to fight till your arm fall off.
Yeah.
Did he lose an arm? Yeah.
They
All
want
right.
Roberto Duran out there.
That was a good fight. Now that he's dead.
They want that kind of fighter out there.
And I ain't gonna lie though, man. Those Spanish people though, I don't care what nobody say, man. They have said some racist shit online, bro.
That's what I'm saying. In L.A., I know what the energy is.
Anytime I give interview for ES News, they would ask me who I want, and then I would tell them who was gonna win. I told them, every fight, probably about 10 fights. You can look it up online. And I would say, well, Mayweather's going to win, and then another black fighter's going to win. And I just pick him because of the fighter.
Right.
They go, he's only picking him because he's black.
Yeah.
Using the N-word on me, I'm like, God damn, come on.
Usually the blacks win.
Yeah. And ain't going to be many times. It's funny because when Mayweather fought, what's the boy? Damn. He's on the top of the tongue.
Story.
Shit. I'm getting that's grandfather moment. The dude that is the guy now, he's the guy for him. He's the one that Mayweather's the one that beat him.
I'm thinking him.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The redhead boy. Yeah, golly.
The redhead boy. That's
yeah.
good.
Well, when Mayweather fought him, it'll come to me in a minute. Everybody said, well, he only beat him because he was young. But he was 35-0. All right, yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to speak with TDP or me.
What?
For what? I know. Call in at, what's the number, TDP?
I don't do the number.
All right, 323-815-4204.
Okay.
Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo.
That was the only one that he beat.
Canelo.
And I mean, he lost to Mayweather, and they were like, oh, well, the only reason that he beat him was because he was young. I'm like, nigga, he's 35-0.
Right.
You younger than Mayweather, you should be able to get him.
But in him having that fight, Mayweather gave him the game.
Right.
So that's why he went on to, be great and then lose to. Who did he lose to?
Who?
He lost.
Canelo?
Yeah, he lost.
He lost to Mayweather. That's his only loss.
Then he went on, and then he just
Triple G was the fights you talk about. That if any fights that he lost after that was Triple G.
That's what I'm saying. Up until that point, because he was doing his thing.
We got a caller.
Yeah. I thought you knew about boxing. You all have no facts. Dan is supposed to be the boxing guru, and you can't remember anybody's name. Go to another subject. You guys are killing me.
Louis Dick's live.
I'm trying to listen, and you two are horrible. And why is Dan drinking water? He's got enough water in his mouth.
Who's this? Is that Lou?
Louis Dick.
Oh, well, Lou.
Lou,
I know it's killing you. I know it's killing you to see me in this seat. But damn it, I'm here. Deal with it, Trick.
No. Whatever can help you feel better. And where is Jeff?
Well, that's what's making you feel better.
We talked to Jeff.
What?
He's en route.
Yeah, he's on his route. Well, he's en route.
He's on his feet. Can we get an English lesson? What the?
Can I ask you a question? Where are you working?
upset.
Yeah, Lou. It hurts, huh, Lou? It hurts that you got to work, and we're over here enjoying this sunshine. Poetess, thank you for the water and the sandwiches, Poetess, that you gave us earlier.
It hurts me working while you guys are working. Yeah,
I didn't know extra work was work, but go ahead. It's all good.
Oh, that was a good one.
Thank you.
Now that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Oh. Be quiet. Hold up. Be quiet so it can marinate.
That's hysterical.
So how was your weekend, Lou? What are you calling in for? What do you want, man? What?
I'm calling to ask you to say what some of the callers are saying. Stop. And then you're telling Poetess that her thing is not up. She's on the board. Of course the stuff is up. You got to jiggle your joint.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Yeah, that didn't come out right.
Yeah. That's why I ain't say nothing like, he missed us so much he done turned on us.
You are working, huh?
Yeah, you are working.
All right, but listen, no, it's good. Continue what you're doing. I thought, okay, I got to go.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
I'll call y'all later.
Thanks.
bother.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah, fuck about it. Motherfucker's so damn lonely.
That was cute.
I know. I knew he was gonna call too. I just didn't know when.
Back to what we were discussing.
Yes.
So he lost to Triple G.
But they gave him the nod.
But this is what I'm saying. This is about being in the spotlight. Because if he was still in the spotlight, we would have remembered his name.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, So, but Creed 3 was good.
Okay.
I recommend it. I would give it a 5 out of 5 in stars, 10 out of 10.
Okay.
I didn't see any weaknesses in the script.
How long was the movie?
Now, that's the only thing. Whoa. Bring a sandwich.
You gonna get a free refill?
Oh, you gonna be there for a minute.
Okay.
It's a little long. I think it's almost 2 hours.
She said.
Yeah, well, she said it was a little long. Like it was long, but it was a little bit longer than what she was expecting.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if Lewis here, that joke, he looked at us like, why? Why, guys?
He'll do that later.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, the movie was good. Mm-hmm. Man, I really want to wait for...
Well, he has his own segment.
All right, so then let's go ahead and can we get into it, POTUS? Okay, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, big talk this weekend.
Big talk.
Big talk was the Chris Rock special. Live.
In what city?
Baltimore.
Okay.
There was a couple things that made it really interesting. Mm-hmm. Having it in Baltimore was one. Yeah. Which is with somebody's city. Mm-hmm. And then it went live. But I'm going to go ahead, TDP. I'm going to give it to you, man. I want to get your assessment of it. POTUS, you saw it? I'll get POTUS, and then I'll get mine. So what do you think, TDP?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it yet?
No, I didn't see it. But
what the hell?
Because when you know what comedy is, you know the structure is going to be jokes. It's going to be jokes that he worked on after that. Right. Because when he got slapped, he went to Boston. That was the first night of him performing, doing his material to get ready for this special. Right. $40 million.
And he touched just a little bit of it in Boston. Remember, he didn't go, they thought he was going to get deep in it, but.
It was fresh.
Right.
That was his night. So this is the start of this material that he's working on to do this special. This is where it's going. Right. So in that, I'll give you this live show, because who's doing live comedy anymore? So that's the first for this new world order. Right. That's the first. So he did that. Now I'm giving you this material. Now you say he's talking about black women, yada, yada, yada. He didn't really go at Will. He went at Jada. It's comedy.
Right. It all was. But now you...
Comedy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I disagree with that. He went in on Will. I think more...
No, he went in on Will. He went in.
More than I think.
Go ahead. Say what
more than I think Jada.
Say what you feel, and then I'll go.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I think he got his little vent out. He got to vent at the end, and hopefully that's that. I did hear a lot of the material that he did on tour with Dave Chappelle in the special. But yeah, I thought it was good, but I did see a lot of people posting that they don't think Chris Rock is funny.
Okay, yeah. So my assessment of this, I thought it was good. I thought people that said that, first of all, I was disappointed in hearing comedians talk about...
Call in if you guys have an opinion about the Chris Rock special.
Yeah, definitely call in.
What was it called? Selective Outrage.
Outrage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this is why I thought it was great. Because, one, Chris Rock is at that point now with this special here, it was like a George Carlin type of special. You know how George Carlin is topical, and sometimes he may woo you, he would woo you, make you laugh, but then most of the time you're thinking. Yeah. So that's why I looked at it as it was good. Yeah. I also looked at to talk about. Hope we get someone to call in. Black women were talking about he was going at black women. Mm-hmm. He wasn't going at black women. He talked about his daughters You know what I'm saying? Talked about his ex. They were mad because of the Margot. What was the prince, the one that married the prince, the sister, huh?
Meghan Markle.
Yeah, Meghan Markle's, right? They got mad. But everything he said was true. She was crying about racism and all that. And he was like, you married into it.
Right.
Who you think started, the what do they call this? Colonialism?
Colonialism.
Yeah, and in Africa.
Slave trade.
Yeah. So he didn't, but I don't know why black women feel like he can't say nothing about them.
Because they went past the history lesson that he gave you. You went past the history lesson.
Who did him?
The audience, the females, and where he telling you where that came from. So you're looking at it like he just attacking. No,
not me. I don't look at it like that.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the audience.
Oh, yeah. Well, and also they did, in TDP too, if you see it, when you see it, you're going to know what I'm saying. They felt like it, but it felt like, like Will was talking about, pro-choice, When I believe that, not Will, Chris. I feel like he went a little long on that part, POTUS. Do you think that? About abortion and stuff? Or you felt that was timed enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is what I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. When he talked about Jada and them, and see, he was setting it up because he talked about Snoop one time, and then he said, but look, I ain't got no problem with Snoop. Mm-hmm. He said, because all I need is another mad rapper mad at me. And the artists, you can see they was revving like they was thinking he was about to go into it. Then he left it alone. Then he talked about, Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. And then he said it, and then the artist was like, and then he didn't, it was like he was teasing him. Yeah. He's about to get him. Yeah. And then he finally did. Mm-hmm. Now, here's my assessment of this part. I thought he got him. Mm-hmm. I thought he could have gotten him even worse. Yeah. Everything he said was true. Mm-hmm. And though I know Will, not personally, but I know Will, I know his camp, Charlie Mack, I'm good with all them people.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, people have to understand, Chris Rock was really angry when he was given this part of the comedy. I don't know if you agree with me or not, POTUS, but you can see he revved it up when this happened. Because I think Chris Rock looked at it and what he said, everybody was calling you the B word. Mm-hmm. Everybody. He said, I called you to give you, hey man, check up on you when he found out about what happened. Right. He said he never called him back. Mm-hmm. He said, but then everybody was calling you the B word, but then you slapped me. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
He said you outweighed me significantly. Mm-hmm. But you gonna go ahead,
played Ali.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said, I can't beat Will.
I played Pookie.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he said. He said, you played Ali, I played Pookie. Yeah. The audience died. That was a funny bit. That was funny though when he said that. But I'm gonna tell everybody right now, because I know a lot of people are gonna agree or disagree, but God bless Will Smith that night. Mm-hmm. Now I know people, what do you mean? God blessed him. Let me tell you why. If Will would have slapped when Will slapped Chris Rock, if any blood would have came out at any time, the white folks would have lost their mind. Yeah. And Will's career would have been done. Mm-hmm. Done. Mm-hmm. You got this dude bleeding at the Oscars on his tux. Yeah. Done.
Yeah. That's valid.
Valid? Second one. If Will would have slapped him when he slapped him and broke his jaw, which he could have, he's done.
Yeah.
Third one, and we know this is happening in the street. When Will slapped him, I keep saying if Will slapped him, Will did slap him. When Will says, I'm like, if Will slapped him, nigga, no, he got slapped.
Sound like a lawyer.
Yeah. If he did slap him, when Will slapped him, if Chris Rock would have fell down and hit his head,
passed out,
could have died, unconscious, anything, even if it looked like it, he's done. Not to mention that when they went to him and asked him if he wanted to press charges, because he could have been arrested that night, he said no. Yeah. But people are talking about online, well, Chris should just let it go. It happened a year ago. Mm-hmm. So are you going to tell every child, every woman that had something done to her when they were younger, you know what I mean? Hey, that shit happened to you years ago. Just let that go.
But as a comic, he's working on material.
He don't care. Right. Trust me. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you this, and any comedian out there going to know what I'm about to say. Chris did not want to get slapped. But when he did, he knew that was cash money. Yeah. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Cash money. Because once you survive it, you're like, oh, shit, nigga, I'm alive. Oh, I'm about to get him now.
The ball is in my court.
Ball's in my court.
Yeah.
And when he talked about Jada, and he made a great point, and this is what I'm gonna say as a man. If your woman cheats on you, don't beat up the man. Don't go after him. If he didn't rape her, God forbid, then that was something that she wanted to happen.
An entanglement.
And like Chris said, now here was another funny thing he said. Poetess, what do you think about this part? When he said, you talking about me, you said, we've all been cheated on. He said, we all been cheated on, but how many people get interviewed by the cheater? That was funny. Remember?
Yeah.
He said, so, blah, 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 blah. What do you think? And he gives Will the mic. I was like, oh, Chris went in on him. Do you remember that part?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What did you think about that? Did you think that was funny?
I thought the actual interview itself was sad. Because I can see.
No. I'm talking about the joke.
I know. I thought it was. Yeah, I got the joke.
Oh.
I didn't think it was all that funny.
Damn,
but as far as the actual interview, you can see how the hurt in his spirit,
and that's why I can't understand. And I ask you, being a female, how women
allegedly.
Thank you, TDP. I'm happy. I always wanted you to get her on that. Allegedly. How, as a female poetess, can women went live and talk about, well, if she wasn't happy, that's just how it is. And this man stood there and sat and took it. Even though I ain't got sympathy for him, because after that, I had sympathy for him at the time, but then he came back and slapped Chris, kind of killed it all. But how do you feel about that?
I just think some things don't need to be on the internet or be public or be other people's business, especially something like that was already so public.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think that was doing a bit too much.
And that's what Chris said. That's what Chris Rock said in the special. He like, you slapped me, but it was all over the internet.
Yeah. Mean.
He said everybody called you the B word. Mm-hmm. And then he went in on Jada.
I guess once it's out there and you put it out there the way you put it out there, then you leaving yourself open
that part.
For comments like that.
Yes. And I want to share with anybody that's on social media, and we have millions of people that are. Look, when you put something on social media, you can't get mad if people don't respond the way you want them to respond. So if you put a picture of your kid and talk about, hey, say happy birthday to my beautiful kid. Say happy birthday to my beautiful kid, and your kid ain't the best looking kid. You can't get mad about somebody say, yo, that's an ugly ass baby. And then of course people gonna say, oh, you're bullying, but it is what it is.
You don't have to put that.
Okay, you don't
have to say.
You don't have to say ass, but you can say.
I mean,
that's what you call a kid. Is that a goat?
There be so many posts that I want to say shit on, but I just have to scroll past. Just
save your bullet.
Actually, to be honest with you, that's worse.
It's not worth it.
That's worse what you're doing by scrolling by. Yeah. That's no help.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, Sarah Lee.
That's when you should DM him and go, look, if I was you.
Sarah Lee.
Hey, TDP, that's when you go into the DM. If I was you, I wouldn't put this picture up. This is an ugly ass kid right here.
Right.
I'm going into your DM. And then she goes on your page, this son of a bitch called my kid ugly. Then you just take the picture of the kid up, put him up, give it to him. But like Poetess said, ladies and gentlemen, there's so many things that don't need to be on the internet. There's so many things that don't need.
Like you say, with the birthday with the child, you probably get 13, love it, and then that 14th come in and bam!
And now you mad at the
Change
world.
the game.
Yep. Yep. You get 14 likes, and one person said, man, nah. And then what you say? I got bullied. I'm so tired of that shit.
Is that his head or a balloon?
Yeah.
It can go a lot of different ways, man. The internet is undefeated.
Can't beat the internet. Because half the people that got the names there ain't their real names. You're never going to really be able to get nobody.
It's the content.
It's all about content, yeah. I hate the internet. If I wasn't doing what we do, I wouldn't be on.
No?
Nah, man. Not the way that I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because people don't know you. People don't know your background. You know what I mean? And they don't know your life. And even if you just putting it up there maybe to be in connection with your family, someone's going to say something. You know what I mean?
Now, with that point being said, if you were to go in and put your whole driver's license and your bio and all that on the internet before you start talking, is that feasible?
No, that's stupidity.
That's what I'm saying.
That's stupidity.
Everybody come on just on the app. Okay, let me get busy.
Exactly. So, I mean, they're going to come on either way and get you. But
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Me personally, knowing how I feel about certain situations, I probably wouldn't put it out there. But I would say in some aspects, it's helped me be less, if you want to believe it or not, less sensitive, because I can't, I used to try to go at people on the internet. And finally somebody hit me up like, yo, why are you arguing back and forth? Somebody said to me, why are you going back and forth with this dude? Like, you got, an hour and a half you got an hour and a half of post.
Right.
So I said,
wait. Thread.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? People are going to say what they're going to say. They're going to feel what they want to feel. So I might as well just understand that it is, That's why I can take our chat room, our beautiful chat room.
It's just beautiful, because to me, like, the funniest thing on Twitter was, the lady said, when I die, put up my tombstone, this bitch reigned supreme. You know what I mean?
Hey. So back to Will, I think hopefully Will got humble, but I think what happens, and I said this, God has a way, man, God has a way, man, to open up your eyes and for you to sometimes get knocked back down on a pedestal. You know what I mean? I don't know if you believe in God, I do, or a higher being, but what I mean by that is you can do but so much. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
And not think that in some type of, there's going to be, you don't know when a repercussion is going to come. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely.
Because I'm quite sure Will obviously he didn't think when he walked on that stage. It's no way he was thinking.
He did it.
Now, did you blame Jada for not stopping him?
No. It was supposed to play out how it played out.
Ooh, Ooh. So you saying that was supposed to be, that was the way
because
life
you have
played.
women who on Jada's side and like, yeah, her man defended her. Then you got guys on Will's side like, man, why are you defending her? It's a two-way street.
But how was he defending her? Chris never attacked her.
She gave her that look. Oh, I'm offended.
And
he know what that is.
And that's the worst thing he could have did. Let me tell you something. If Jada was on her game, her improv game, and know what was happening, when Chris said, "Hey Jada, hope to see you in G.I. Jane 2," she should have stood up and said, "I look good, and yeah, let's make that movie." And I bet you that crowd would have went crazy because it was all these producers and directors, you know what I mean, in there, and it was Will's night.
Now,
okay,
like you said, being Will's night, if she was there for him, then she would have got up, stood, did her little strut or whatever.
Right.
A little sexy thing. She cute with
right.
her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she slaps him.
But now, I'm going to tell you this.
This is my man night. But it ain't about me.
But if she would have went up there and playfully slapped him, you know what? If she improv'd it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If she would have playfully slapped him.
This is my man night.
Let me tell you something. That would have been an Oscar. Yeah, that would have been like a banger right there.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
But she didn't do it.
Being sexy and all that.
She could have went up there. Chris, come here. You leave my man alone. This is his night.
Exactly.
Man, the world would have been like, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's two-sided. There you go.
But she didn't do it. She blew that shot.
Yeah. Hindsight is always 20/20.
Hindsight is 20/20, man. But, when you put yourself out there like that, that's the kind of things that can happen.
Absolutely.
So what do you think now? What do you guys think now that Chris Rock goes from here or Will Smith goes from here? Do you think they reconcile and you think eventually they're going to chit-chat? Or now, this is what I feel before you answer that. I feel right now, this is when I feel Will should make a statement. I think this is when Will should come out and say, look, hey, I deserve that 10 minutes that he gave me. And hey, I apologize
Will
again, and we're done.
He can respond anytime he wants to. He has millions of followers.
Yeah, but I'm not saying whether he can't. I'm just saying this would be a great time for Will because he can nip it all in the bud and at least say, look, okay, I got that. Because people are now trying to say, well, Chris shouldn't have did it. It was a year ago. People are now jumping back on Will's. Not bandwagon, but getting back on him like, yeah, he was foul for doing it. But I think now if he goes and says, hey, I deserve that, I got to own it, I think it kills it. I think they can reconcile. I think things can happen. Nah?
No. Fuck peace. Now Will can go in the studio.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. It would be nice to see, but I don't think it's necessary. But I do think that Chris had his opportunity to speak his mind.
He needed
hopefully that will give him some kind of closure, you know, at the end of the day.
No, we don't want no closure because we want Will to get in the studio and do a diss song with a nice beat. We're going to keep it going. That's where we at.
And you know what? In a way,
we are entertainers.
In a way, Chris was still showing them love. Because remember when he slapped him? Remember when he said
yeah, he was saying how he
kept
loved him.
Summertime.
Yeah. Well, he was saying he loved him.
Oh,
he
yeah,
loved
that
his
part too.
Movies, he loved his music.
I was pushing for him.
Right. He slapped the love in him.
But that's a good point. And I think people need to understand that in general. I mean, I think all of us entertainers need to, that we don't know who likes us, who's pushing for, you know what I mean? Even when they're not around you. Like, I know you got a lot of fans, TDP.
You just got to assume you don't have any fans. Just like Lewis does.
Exactly. You just got to keep going.
No,
yeah,
you
just got to keep doing your thing, because if you get caught up, because I notice I pretty much grew up in the entertainment business, so I kind of know how it goes.
Showing off again.
When people have these expectations when they get in this business, and 9 times out of 10, them expectations aren't going to be met. You expect people to do things for you because you think they're your friends,
right?
But it's really.
That's
why I just assume, you just keep doing your thing, stay in your lane, and mind your own business.
Because
that's
your
like
people
the
are going to
best
support
advice.
you.
And for ladies and gentlemen, because she's not on air, but reiterating what she said, being in this game, you're
as good as your last
You're
gig.
good as your last show, first of all, right. You're good as your last show.
Your last gig.
Especially for social media. To think about social media, if you got a name, if you have a bad show, before you get off a stage, the whole world knows. And
that's why Dave Chappelle, you can't bring phones. You got to put them in them little pouches.
I think it's great. Yeah.
You can't film the show.
Great.
You really forced to sit there and watch the entire show.
Which is what it should be.
Now, here's the thing. If Chris Rock's special, which was live, goes anyway, you still got a portion of the people who are going to not like it just to say, I'm glad he slapped you. You know, that's going to be there.
But but the thing is,
I've seen that. I seen that, I think, on the why Chris Rock deserved to get slapped. I was like,
it's a thread.
Right, exactly.
But but that's a good point, though, POTUS, but you brought up earlier, just a moment ago. Because when you're in this game, you think, the sad thing is you think who's your boy is not your boy, or your girl, or your girl. And one thing I had always tried not to do is hang with someone, especially early in my career, that was at a certain level. Mm-hmm. Because I was hearing the rumbles out there, not through me, but through how people were like, oh, he only hang with him because of this. Right. You know what I mean? So I experienced that. Matter of fact, I'll keep it 100. That was the issue that me and Guy had. Because we both came up together. Guy wasn't there. We both came up together. But the minute we got Fat Tuesday, you know what I mean? And I started hosting it, everybody was like, oh, but Dan is only there because of Guy. But like, yeah, but I'm his guy. You know what I mean? I was there when it started.
This is what, to that point, knowing that already.
Right.
People who weren't there in the trenches don't know the backstory of, you know what I mean?
Right.
So they come in just seeing it together.
Right.
And, come with their assessment of it. But like I'm saying, when you're there from the ground floor, can't nobody tell you nothing.
Exactly. But they can't tell you nothing. But POTUS, I don't know if you experience this in the rap game. They don't tell you nothing, but they treat you differently. Mm-hmm. Right? They start hating. And before I even knew what the word hating meant out here, because back in the day, we wasn't saying people was hating on the career. They were just like, oh, he just jealous, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I had people like I always tell the story about what Spanky Hayes told me. I don't know if I had told the story here before, so if I did, forgive me, but I told the story where I took Spanky Hayes to a show one night, and because he didn't have a car. Mm-hmm. So you know how long ago that is, because Spanky's doing good now.
Keep snitching.
And damn you, TDP. Yeah, Spanky Hayes didn't have a car. So I picked him up, and we going to the show, and we're talking and laughing, POTUS. We're laughing and giggling. And dead, this is on God, he'll tell you this, in the middle of the conversation, he goes, man, you a cool dude. So I go, I'm like, what the fuck that? I look like, what the fuck that about? He said, man, I'll be honest with you, man. He said, I be at the Comedy Store. Mm-hmm. He said, the comics be killing you back there. Yeah. Talk about you only there because of Guy, you only this, and I was like, damn. He was like, but when he got away from that, you see what I'm saying? But the problem with us in the business, and what POTUS just said, which is true, you can't sit around and worry about who's liking
What,
you.
exactly.
Because if you do, you're never going to perform at your level, and you're not going to feel like you can do anything.
But here's the thing: you were there, so he was climbing the totem pole.
Right.
You know what I mean? He tried to climb over you by saying that.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so I just tell everybody just that heard that part that Poetess was talking about. You know, you have to treat your life like that too. I think, you know, whether you're an engineer or plumber, whatever you do, you can't worry about what people think about you. You know, even if they're in the chat room talk about you spit on everybody.
And I think we also, even though friends are supposed to be friends, I think we need to also adjust expectations of people, because people will disappoint you
I think
majority of the time. So if you don't have, if you know this person is a certain way, then you need to adjust. Like, if you know this person isn't reliable, don't get mad if he don't come pick you up at 2 o'clock.
Right,
like, you know.
Right.
So you just kind of have to have
But
the
I
right.
think what happens, POTUS, is the same thing with Will and Chris or anybody else's relationship in Hollywood. Like you said, you assume. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't really know all the details, no matter how much is put out there on social media.
Right.
You're not in their homes.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So yeah.
But this is why I always tell people, and I'm like this, and I think on the internet it doesn't happen, which is we can tell. When you got beef with a person or you got an issue with a person, you go directly to the person. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can find out more of a detail. Because if you put it on the internet first, like we did with Chris, you know, not knowing that Chris had tried to even call Will, right? But Jada and them were already doing the red table talk, all of that. We didn't know at that time Chris had tried to call Will to say, yo, man, I'm sorry you're going through this. So then when he gets slapped, that's probably what shocked Chris probably even more. Like, damn, I tried to call you on this.
But it's not your business to know. Now, if you
you're right. You're right.
If you're saying we're going to boycott this event, but you're here at this event, you showed up for it.
You talking about in terms of Jada?
Yeah.
Well, like Chris said in the special, he said,
Oscar so white, you know, that was the whole campaign.
But he was like,
but now you're here.
Yeah, but
and was Chris the only one that she asked? Did she ask others to boycott?
It was a
or
number
it just
of people.
him?
They asked black people not to go. It was a campaign.
Yeah.
But they went.
Don't go, don't watch it. That was the whole campaign. But now you here.
But you here because your man is up for it. You know, now if you're gonna be a G, now no disrespect to Will, but if you're gonna be a real G like that, then you gotta do what Terrell Owens did. Terrell Owens said, "Look, F the NFL. Oh, I'm in the Hall of Fame, but y'all didn't put me in when I felt I should have been. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have it at my school. Now that was a G.
Yeah,
that was a G move. But I just think that I felt bad for Chris. Even though I was watching the special.
Thank you.
Damn.
Jeez. The fuck?
At least you can tell me it's coming.
25% of the
never
couples in this
You
country.
don't have to.
Go ahead. Way to go, Jose.
Sound like Tucker Carlson.
I'd have been mad if you didn't cut me off. Go ahead.
That is a fact.
Give it to me.
Rip Barbie.
Growing up as a kid, I never understood the things my dad did. Like hitting my mama, me.
Okay.
Oh, that's my girlfriend.
Period. 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 Period.
How many followers did she? How many hits did she get on that
50 years
one?
of hip hop.
I heard she got a record deal.
Yeah.
Even, so I think
She got a
she's
new
doing
single.
her thing. Brit Barbie.
Boy,
50 years of hip hop.
ain't that something? It's rappers out here that got flow, and all they had to do was put their tongue out and say 2 words.
But it's what people like. This is the age we in.
This is the messed up age we in.
It's where we in.
Screwed up.
Hold on. Okay.
You played
So
your
my
intro.
first
Ain't
story-
ready?
Yeah.
I'm
So
ready,
you
I'm
way to go.
ready,
What happened to the
Way to
video?
go.
I'm
See?
ready,
Hey, and I was quiet.
Oh, ain't nobody.
So our girl Chaka Khan is in the news.
Oh yeah, I heard. Go ahead. Yeah.
I like how you introed that.
Way to drop the beat. Drop some bars.
Okay, so you remember a few weeks ago we discussed that whole Billboard top
The
100
list.
singers, the list.
Aretha Franklin.
So Chaka Khan was on another podcast, and someone, first of all, she was unaware of the list. She didn't
Oh, okay.
know the list
She's out the
existed.
loop.
So she was out the loop. And so she was being interviewed on a podcast, and the host asked her, so what do you think of this list? So she when asked about, I think she went the hardest on
Mary J, right?
Mary J. But when asked about Mariah Carey being on the list, I'm not sure what number she was. I'm scrolling past, but she said about Mariah is that that's some old payola,
Tommy Mottola rhymes with payola.
So, and she also mentioned, oh man, she went in on Mary saying, I'm sorry, you guys, I lost my spot.
Yeah. Interrupt her city time.
Oh, she says, okay, so she says
Put your
about
finger
Mary.
on it.
I'm sorry. They are blind as a motherfucking bat. They need hearing aids. She said of Learning Blige had ranked a few spots above her at number 25. They have no eyes. They have no ears. They must be the children of Helen Keller.
Oh.
So she said that. She explained also that her and Mary have that kind of relationship that they mended their differences way back, and that she can pretty much say
Talk
that
about
kind
it.
of,
Okay.
kind of thing without her.
Did she want to be
So she
me?
could bag on it without it being an issue.
That was kind of hard, though. Yeah.
Chaka Khan.
But come on, yeah, Chaka Khan is
Chaka Khan.
Yeah. So Mariah, I'm sorry, she ranked at number 5. And
who?
Mariah Carey.
Who's number 1?
Aretha Franklin, boy.
So she's claiming that somebody paid for that spot for her, but she has since apologized.
She should have.
She apologized.
That's what divas do.
For the comment. She says it shouldn't be a competition. That everybody is in their own lane and doing their own thing.
I agree.
Right.
So she's apologized to that, and that the usual. I hope I didn't offend anybody.
Oh, man, I'm so tired of that shit. I'm so tired of people getting offended. People
Yeah.
get about offended by
And
everything.
speaking of being offended, I heard that Marlon Wayans has a new comedy special coming out on HBO.
No, it's out, and I heard it was hot.
And I heard it was worse than Chris Rock.
No, I heard it was better than Chris Rock.
I don't mean bad, but I heard
I
that.
heard that he went in on people.
Right.
More. Yeah.
Yeah, like he went in on the whole Chris Rock smack.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this what's happening right now. I'm telling you what's happening in the comedy game. Thanks to Dave. So mass shout out to Dave Chappelle. But I think right now, comedians are at this point now, it's almost like that person you said they can't do it. If you keep telling them they can't do it, they're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I think comedians are finally like, hey man, F it. You know what I mean? It's like, y'all don't want us to say nothing. Everybody's offended. Man, we don't give a shit. If you're offended, don't care. And that's what we need. If we don't have people go against it, then we're gonna be put in that hole.
Will and, not to go back, but Will and Rock was the linchpin for that to be unleashed. The comedy to be unleashed. This is the starting point. So if Chris talks about it, then Marlon talks about it, then somebody else talks about it, you get a whole new joke off of that whole situation.
Well, I think Dave, the situation with Dave
was the calm in the storm.
Yes, when it happened with the transgender person.
Absolutely.
And for those who don't know, real quick, which I thought was important, when people went in on Dave and Netflix was trying to get him and everybody called him transphobic and all this homophobic, it was like, no. Because we all know there's not a person in this room that hasn't worked with someone that has been gay, trans. One of our good comedian friends is trans. Flame Monroe.
I don't know her. I know Lewis.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but Lewis doesn't dress all the time.
But here's another first in comedy. Dave Chappelle was the first comedian to go up the hill, take the arrows, and be able to pull them out.
Paper, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Paper.
So that opens a floodgate as well.
And for those who don't know about Dave didn't start. Dave started, he in the clubs in D.C., but Dave was also ingrained in the white clubs. So all those white comics, those big name comics, knew him coming up, and they knew what kind of person he was.
Here's
you know what I
Dave
mean?
Chappelle. Like you say, he had holding deals. He was like Ari Spears. He had holding deals as well.
And he turned down a deal before.
Yeah, but yes, he would go do those clubs. But after he leave there, he would come hang out
with the brothers and sisters.
He would come hang out.
And what people don't know about Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock are this way. And I will say this: they can walk into a club, and unless you see them, you're not going to know they're there.
Right.
Very low key.
Right.
They ain't like some comics that come up in there, got the towel waving.
Being loud. Yeah.
Yo, what's up? Hey, everybody good? Hey, can I get some time? They, they ain't like that.
Yeah.
And that's why people...
Doing your comedy by the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So anyway, there's a show going on. Oh, man, my bad, man, my bad. You remember that? You be back in comedy act. Comics be louder than the comics on stage. But, that's you, though. Doing comedy at the bar. You had to be there, ladies and gentlemen, for that. And comedians do that. Some comedians that hate do that. And to me, I think you're hating when you do that.
All right,
when you louder. Okay, good. Now she ready. Go ahead, POTUS.
All right, so Tyler Perry and Byron Allen are interested in buying BET. We just talked about that too a while ago. Paramount is considering selling a majority stake in BET, according to two sources, to secure cash that the company would use to fortify Paramount Plus, its primary streaming service. The Hollywood Reporter says that Tyler Perry has expressed interest in purchasing the majority stake, and also Byron Allen is also interested. So it would be cool if they can team up and do it together. But as you know, Byron Allen owns several TV networks now, including the Weather Channel, Local Now, and dozens of local television stations. Yeah. So
the thing, comedy will always win. Like, it was suppressed. So Byron Allen, with all his channels, he had all those judges shows. Well, big up to Judge Mathis. His show just, got canceled. So
yeah.
You have to put comedy in those places to get the numbers up.
Yeah, so it would be cool if either one of them get it, but it would be cool if they
that's a two-headed monster right
there.
there.
I think we should. I said it last week. I mean, when we talked about it, I felt, and again, that, Bob, y'all disagreed, but I felt like he sold us out. Because
how did he sold us out when he sold us in?
Because
if he wouldn't have did it, you wouldn't have had BET.
You don't look at it that way. No, I can't look at it that way because I don't want to look at it that way. I guess it's nothing that I can't. But because, and I do agree with you saying. But what I'm saying, TDP, is, man, I'd rather you just sold it to another black man, kept it black.
He said.
Well, first of all, he sold it for $3 billion. Mm-hmm. Who other than, I don't know, maybe Oprah,
Michael Jordan.
Oprah, no. Yeah, I guess.
No, you can get a team.
In his interview, he said, if you in that stratosphere, just like you got Robert Smith, another brother with paper. When you in that stratosphere, it's only a few. He said, I tried to sell it to my own. They didn't have the money. He said that.
Yeah, I still feel like he shouldn't have sold it. He should have kept it then.
It's my business. I want to sell it.
Well,
Give it to
he
your
sold
wife.
it.
Sell it to your wife.
They say America's first black billionaires, Robert Johnson and his former wife, Sheila, co-founded BET in 1979 to offer programming specifically for black people. According to Forbes, they sold the company in 2001 for $3 billion to Viacom, which is now Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I felt, but you know what? I still don't feel like they did black people justice on BET because they kept it, to me, BET was just getting money through music videos and advertising.
Yeah, they I think they had better intentions in the beginning because they had Teen Summit, they had more news programs, and then they went super video,
right? And it was just
and then they had late night. What was the late night one?
Uncut. Ooh, bring it back.
I mean, think about it. You getting advertising dollars for just videos. And you didn't. I mean, I'm not business wise, yes, but
I'm getting it.
But no original programming. They never put money into. Remember they had BlackBerry in.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the chance to give comedians some type of show. I mean, it was not put together right.
Here's the formula: we can spend as less money on these shows.
Yeah, but you remember what Jeff did?
I can do one big show.
Right.
Now I have all these smaller shows, but they hit so hard with putting the less money in.
Yeah, but
that's why you got companies like VH1, and when they put their shows, they spend money.
Yeah,
but it don't bring in the ratings that the black shows do with less money.
But Black people will
Which
watch
is
it either
terrible.
way if they would upgrade it because black people support things like that.
I hear you.
So that's what I'm saying. So
But
why
on my end, I don't have to spend as
Right,
much
I know
money
you
for
saying you
yeah.
coming from that, but I'm coming from the end too of like, look, we're going to support it, good or bad. So why don't you go ahead and let the, put up 2 or 3 good shows, let the entertainers make money, and now you got 3 good shows on the air. People are going to still go, they're going to watch it. Black people supported BET left to right.
That was that was your thing. That was your thing. I can see me on my channel. Yeah, great market.
Exactly. So I don't know. Go ahead, POTUS.
All right, so we remember Shanquella Robinson,
Who?
the sister that was
Shanquella.
that was murdered during their vacation in
down in
Cabo.
Oh yeah.
beat up by the guy.
Yes, no,
The girl.
She was beat up by a girl.
I thought it was a
She
train.
said, "I'm not going to fight back." I'm not gonna fight back.
So it's been about 5 months
Yeah.
that she was killed while on vacation in Mexico with a group of her so-called friends.
Mm-hmm.
And the family is saying justice has still not been served. So they're appealing to President Biden and the U.S. State Department and high-level diplomats to intervene because they feel they know that they have it on tape. They know who murdered, who's responsible for it. And the person responsible, they have a warrant for her arrest in Mexico, but there has
I like how you say Mexico.
Mexico.
But black people y'all on the West Coast be on the Mexican. I remember the first time I heard them say that. I thought they had a list. What's that? The Mexicans. I was like, what? Yeah, y'all slob their name too.
It's a dialect.
Yeah, it's a dialect out here. The Mexicans. Go ahead.
So Ben Crump has got involved, and they're just hoping that that they can arrest the accused murderer.
You know it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be because it happened in another country, and the other country has to be the one, like you said.
The thing
arrest
is,
warrant.
will the United States extradite her? Like, will they make this person go to Mexico?
She can't.
Leave that word alone.
Yeah. Matter of fact, keep saying it makes me feel
Just say
good.
south of the border.
Yeah, it makes me say. I feel like I got it. I don't even say Mexican like that. She go Mexico. Boy.
But there is an extradition treaty between the United States and Mexico.
But they got to want to put it into act.
Now, what are they holding on to? Look, okay, y'all want these drugs or not? It's a bigger thing over there.
Yeah, it's like, do you want Brittany Griner or do you want the Merchant of Death?
What you want?
And the thing about it, unfortunately, and no disrespect, but in terms of probably the United States, it's not a.
I think if the public makes it a big deal and brings light to it, and puts pressure on the local government or the president to do this, and the more this news covers it and the more attention it gets, I think it will be pushed up in priority. But that girl should be facing.
They all should be facing charges.
Facing their time. They're called the Cabo Six.
Yeah, they all should be facing time. But the problem is, and they've been talking on the internet.
I think they're going to get their. I really feel they're going to get their justice at some point.
I think it's going to be very tough.
Yeah,
but they will get it. But I believe
5 months in, right?
So we hope so. Okay, I got a couple videos before I wrap up my segment.
You do?
Yeah, I have an early video of Lewis's dance days.
Oh, okay.
His dance days?
Yeah, Lewis used to be a dancer.
He was a dancer.
You didn't know that?
No, I knew he was a cocaine blower because of that nose, but
yeah, he was a dancer.
This is how you get your time.
that looked like a meme with his head. It didn't look like that was his real head.
Lewis is talented. That's all.
Lewis has talent, man.
Now, do you see the videos? The same setup.
Now you guys understand what you get here when Lewis is here because of that talent.
I've been kicked so many times.
He's come a long way.
All right, here's my next
Wait
video.
a minute. They
Wait.
got that same setup where they got the parents with their babies in the room. You seen them videos?
This is how you get your time.
Get it, girl.
The DJ is dope, though. I
Right.
like the little announcer.
Excuse me.
I thought it was the album.
I will kick a bitch. Excuse me, guys. Let me get over here. Excuse me. Huh? Yeah.
Look at his head. It don't even look like it's part of his body.
Fuck the kid in play. Let's do this one.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this kick right here. This the kick right here. Watch.
That's
Oh,
called
my
a little Sally Walker.
Ladies and gentlemen, Louis Dix 10 years ago.
Somebody quoted you, watch out, guys. I'm about to kick my leg. Prime Primo said that in the chat room.
Prime Primo, the Apollo legend.
All right, here's my next video.
Man, I'ma catch you, I'ma put my foot in your neck ass, you ignorant ass. Nigga, you ain't no motherfucking playing, bitch. I'ma catch you and put my foot in your sis ass, you ignorant motherfucker. You the only black man in America walking with the Ku Klux Klan, you ignorant motherfucker. I'ma tear your regular ass up, motherfucker. Let me catch your ass in front of Burger King, dead, bitch. You bring your punk out there around the police. Walk your sis ass to the
I think that's funny myself.
I will deal with you now, but if I catch you at Burger
Nigga, if I
King,
catch you at Burger King,
it's on.
How did he end up at a Klan's rally?
Affirmative action.
Nah, they probably offered him some money.
It's
If
some
he begging in
conservatives
front
out
of,
there.
if he begging in front of Burger King, I mean,
Now, the thing is, for him to know him, that's the thing about it.
it's probably a small
Yeah,
town.
man, oh, man, you out here with these... Let me catch you here in Burger King.
Oh, yeah, I know what happened.
Man, I'ma catch you, I'ma put my foot in your maggot ass, you ignorant ass.
Your maggot
Nigga, you ain't no
ass.
motherfucking playing, bitch. I'ma catch you and put my foot in your sis ass, you ignorant motherfucker. You the only black man in America walking with the Ku Klux Klan, you ignorant
Ku Klux Klan.
motherfucker. I'ma tear your regular ass up, motherfucker. Let me catch your ass in front of Burger King, dead, bitch. You bring your punk out there around the police. Walk your sis ass to the
Oh, my God. He didn't even call him the Klan. He said, you out here with the Ku Klux Klan. But he ain't
Hey,
stopped.
man, they gave me $10, man.
Hey, he ain't stopped, though.
Give me $10, exactly.
That was funny.
All right, here's my next video.
It's crazy. Fuck the dope, nigga. Respect, bitch. Respect, motherfucker. Y'all don't wait this shit in my car. Bitch, you left me. Give me all that. Give it all to me, nigga. If I'm going to tell them killing nigga. You my uncle. Would you get mad? What the fuck is that? Go get a job and stop my pain. Oh, hell no. Fuck no. You made that shot you throw in my mind. What tiger?
Look what he got.
Look what he got on. Oh, my God.
That nigga like a Florida Marlin.
Oh, my God.
Look at his boots.
Look at his shorts.
What?
Who put the music to it, though? Tell me again. Tell me, baby. That's a shame,
That
man.
nigga look like Brusher.
Them boys down south, they be doing some things down there.
Now, was he slinging rocks? What was...
Slinging
I
rocks and
think that's what he was, because he gave him that. I guess he gave him a little piece and he slapped it on his face.
Hey, nigga. And you my uncle. Damn, what you gonna slap your
Oh,
uncle
not
for?
condoning drugs, but the way he was holding his, I was a rock holder.
Yeah, he was crumbling it
And he
up.
gave him a kibble.
Nah, they gonna be on the ground.
And he slapped the shit out of him. Not even a bit, but a kibble.
Slapped it right in his
Now
chin.
they gonna be all on the ground looking together.
Oh, man.
Oh man, since Jeff hasn't made it yet, we'll try a couple of his videos.
Jeff,
That
you
was
have to
in
do
the
better
mind.
with your rides, Jeff.
Can we play a segment without
We
him being
gotta
here?
play a segment.
He got a
All
new
right.
segment.
We got a new segment.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't here?
Yo, what the fuck are they yelling?
Videos like gangster shit. Jeff the gangster.
You sophisticated motherfuckers. Hear what I have
Gangster
to say.
shit.
GD's finest.
Yeah.
Growth and development.
Oh my God.
Yeah, GD's finest. Okay, so here's one of Jeff's videos. Speaking of crackheads.
Yo. They say I'm smoking.
I saw it.
I really don't care. That's my prerogative. Yeah. Bitches call me a crackhead, but I don't give a damn. Chasing crack is who I am. Some ask my girlfriend, do he smoke for real? My girl don't understand it. My baby don't know the deal, but a brother trying hard to get high. I see nothing wrong as long as I buy my. All you bitches talking all that shit about me. Why y'all niggas don't let me smoke? Tell me why.
That nigga is a functional crackhead and can sing.
Bobby on the ground.
Dad.
Bobby
on the ground. He had a little rhythm too.
He had a whole song.
They say I'm smoking.
Yeah, he had the lyrics and everything.
I really don't care.
I like the video.
You gotta give him a kibble for that.
Man.
They say I'm smoking. I really don't care. That's my prerogative. Bitches call me a crackhead, but I don't give a damn. Chasing crack is who I am.
Tell us.
Some ask my girlfriend, do he smoke for real?
Yeah.
My girl don't understand
Harmony.
it. My baby don't know the deal, but a brother trying hard to get high. I see nothing wrong as long as I buy my. All you bitches talking all that shit about me. Why y'all niggas don't let me smoke? Tell me why.
Come on, BT.
And the nigga is
The
shape.
street voice.
That's
Can
what
we
got
get
me.
that song?
Like he ain't no regular crackhead. He in shape.
Man. They say I'm smoking.
Hey, a lot of crackheads seem like it preserves them.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they,
Yeah.
Hey, you ever
an
seen them?
anti-aging agent.
Hey, you ever seen them homeless dudes in the summertime?
Anti-aging cream.
Yeah, you ever see them homeless dudes in the summertime pushing the car? I'm like, damn, this nigga, I'm gonna start going homeless and get in shape.
All right, here's the next video.
Yeah, because she had to get in shape.
Well, we all have a day. We don't know the day or the hour that our Lord and Savior will call us home. But this young man right here, today ain't his day. See this young man, he owed me $200 that I bailed him out of jail for when he robbed them folks' house. Now get up today. He ain't gonna die owing me money. So get on up out of this casket. Go on over there and ask your mama for my $200.
Oh man, come on, man. This is, oh my God.
Come on, BT. Let's get it together.
Yeah,
now.
come on. That can't be a BT. Bob, don't sell us anymore. Oh my God.
Oh my God. that was
Why do you have to
hilarious.
put him in the casket to make the song?
Yeah.
Get out there.
I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, here's the next video.
I wasn't fly enough, cause the homies told me I wasn't wild enough. But now I'm sitting back trying to figure out how to chalk and aim so I could chalk him out. And it's killing me.
Is Keith Cole?
Degree. I shot my eye from a distance. What you see, cause you don't see me when I'm
You can't tell that nigga he can't sing.
Yeah, you can tell us.
He sounds just as good as Keisha Cole.
Kevin Coleslaw. One night only.
He said, cuz. Hey, if you got a nice beat, you can make a song.
That's the jail talent show right there.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
All right, moving on with our cover songs.
Tonight is the night that you make me a woman. What? You said you'll be gentle with me. I hope you will. Oh, I'm nervous
I can tell.
and I'm thrilled.
With a cigarette in her hand.
Waiting for you to walk
Try hard to relax, but I just can't keep still.
You know that song, Tina.
Now, what number is she on the list?
She's number 7. Oh my God.
Eat your heart out, Chaka Khan.
Hey. And she had a man. That's what I'm saying, black
He
women.
was
You can't say you
beatboxing.
can't get a man.
Oh.
You can get a man.
Her dress was cute.
It was nice.
He was beatboxing.
Yeah.
Had his glasses, his hat on.
Nigga, that was Ashy and Simpson, for real.
Yay or nay?
Top 5 things that'll pick up your mood when you are feeling low. Get your hair done, get your hair done, get your hair done, get your hair done, get your hair done.
Oh,
I don't know what it is about getting your hair done, getting a fresh sew in, braids, whatever that just makes you feel like, but it does.
Yay, sorry. I'm about to deal with them fangs. That ass. That ass got me. She never turned around. I'd have said nay, but yeah.
That's easy fix.
Yeah. As long as her breath ain't
Why
bad.
we gotta fix it?
Yeah, we got. TDP said, well, we got to fix it before we hit it. We don't get in the car unless it's driving. Oh, my God. Damn. What do you think about that, though? That's a hard choice, huh? You ever see, you see when have you seen that before? A bad woman with something wrong?
We just seen it.
But would you go for it?
I wouldn't say it's something wrong.
But would you go for it?
Of course. I'm trying to figure out what parking lot that was. A lot of solar panels up there. Would you hit P?
No.
She almost took there, y'all. Y'all almost heard the
diversity.
Truth. She almost said something. She
I almost said no.
And you almost said, yeah.
She had her hair done.
This type of guy doesn't chase women, and I'll tell you why. Number one, if he's really this type of guy, he probably don't have an issue with women. That's number one. Number two, when a man is secure and he's confident and he's good being by himself, I think a lot of people try to fill up the space because they don't like being alone. This type of guy don't struggle with being alone. So he don't need you. He wants you, but he don't need you. And because he doesn't need you, he ain't gonna chase you. Which, to be honest with you, I think is a strength, because you don't want a man that needs someone, who just doesn't like being alone, so they'll take anybody just to fill in the space. That's not the kind of guy you actually want. You want a guy that's okay being alone, because if you're in his space or he wants you around, you know he genuinely wants you around. It's not just to have somebody there or to fill in the blank.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I hope that's that girl that was singing, Carla.
Yeah. As long as it ain't Lou.
Carla!
Yeah. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. Snaggletooth was hilarious.
That's not appropriate.
Snaggletooth was hilarious.
Would you hit Lou? Would you hit Lou?
Huh?
Would you hit?
Huh?
Hell yeah.
No, I'm not. No. That's Snaggletooth. Something's going on. Something's going on there. Yeah, she looked okay. Her butt looked big and all that. But you imagine if her teeth look like that. Imagine what her body looks like when you take it off the clothes off.
Well, we're not gonna imagine.
All right. First of all, Jeff didn't show up, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. We haven't seen him yet. Have you seen him?
No.
Yeah. So I was wondering if you guys, I saw Ricky Smiley and what happened with his son, Rest in Power. He's saying they think it was an overdose.
Mm.
And he said that his people, him, his ex-wife and his stepdad had worked really hard at getting him into rehab and getting him help. And it made me start thinking about all these young men who have fathers in their lives, have a good, good home and have money, and unfortunately, Regina's son, and like, what is it that's going on that's making these young men decide that they can't deal with it anymore? start thinking about like what we went through growing up, and I was wondering what you guys' take was on that.
Well, I was hoping you was calling to tell us you was gonna kill yourself. You can't take it no more.
Maybe that's where Jeff is.
Now, hey, yeah, that's funny. You know, it's like I've been saying, look, I've never got to the point where I don't want to be here.
I don't think it's just happening in celebrities. Right. I think this happens every single day. Like,
but he's asking about the celebrities, the people with family members, fathers and mothers. I think it's a lack of communication with the kids, so they feel a distance.
It could be clinical depression.
Right.
But no, there was, Ricky said, that there was plenty of communication. There was plenty of, they took them to rehab. There was, and I'm sure Regina King, there was plenty of conversation. You know, there was, you know, but I think it was a different conversation because I think when we were growing up, or I know myself, speak for myself, when I was growing up, there was always someone checking you at different points. You go over your grandmother's house, you go by your friend's house, or your friend's dad, or your friend's mom, and they could recognize if something didn't look right or feel right about you.
Yeah.
And they would say, hey, what's going on with you? And then if you didn't want to talk to that, it was always someone that you would eventually would get it out of you. And then your peers looked out for you. Your peers wouldn't let you, you know, even the old heads wouldn't let you go down certain roads. You know, I remember
but the difference, Lou,
thank you for the call.
Yeah, but the difference, Lou, is back when we grew up, if someone asked us a question, we would answer it. Like it was never. It seemed like now when you ask these kids, I think social media has a lot
of pressure.
Yeah, because people are trying to live up these standards, and now they got all these filters. It's scary. People don't even look real. It's not even a real world.
It's not.
You know,
it's not. And they knew what they was doing.
And they had a study that came out about how girls are more depressed in this era because of social media and not being able to meet up to those beauty standards.
Mm-hmm. Well, standards that other women are putting on.
We're the first generation to have to deal with the whole social media thing. That's their challenge. Our parents' challenge was Jim Crow, right? That was their thing in staying alive. You know, Emmett Till's generation was not getting hung. Our parents was, you know, not getting, you know, being able to be the best of themselves.
To get a job.
What was our generation? Yeah, what was our generation's thing? What was ours? We get an education, right? Mm-hmm. That was what was our challenge that we all felt was tough?
But the difference is.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Thanks for calling, caller.
You know what? Y'all got a joke. Go ahead.
No, but think about it. One of the problems, POTUS said it. Everybody's trying to, people, and you know, even as a comedian, you can find yourself looking at another comic getting a show, and you go, damn, I could have been on that show. You keep seeing different posters, and man, I wish I'd been on that show. When people are living their lives through social media, it's easy to get depressed. It's easy to get down, especially when you're young, and if you don't have anybody there from the beginning, and that's what's happening with a lot of these kids.
Well, but to me, it seems like the people who don't have anything in the beginning are the ones that tighten this stuff up and get it done. I mean, there are a lot of stories of kids who came from nothing, had to work, and didn't have parents, and would bounce back. It seems like the privileged ones are the ones that sort of suffering. And I do want to get into, I don't know if you all talked about the Chris Rock special.
Yeah,
we did.
Thanks for your call.
Thanks, caller. Yeah, that was about an hour ago.
No, I watched it last night.
And what did you think?
I was a little puzzled why he was still doing OJ 25 plus years later and Rob Kardashian. And when you're getting 20 million, I'm like, that kind of threw me. I mean, the Will Smith was the Will Smith stuff. That was kind of easy, but and then at least he was honest and said he messed up the joke about the concussion. But then he went back and
he got it back though. That was kind of smooth.
I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. And the director was interesting because his shots were not flattering shots of the audience. And I know Jeff would speak to that because he's a director, editor and stuff. But I recognize a lot of people in the audience. I don't know if that was planned.
I didn't recognize
The
anybody.
backdrop annoyed me with the dirty looking mirrors, but I guess it's an old theater and that's what that looks like. But I was like, the backdrop was.
It was live.
Yeah.
Well, Dannon, you being a comic, what did you think?
Like I said, in terms of the material, I believe it wasn't his strongest, but I looked at it as his style was that night seemed to be more of a George Carlin, being topical, talking about things. I will agree on the OJ thing, that was kind of but he was really referring it to dealing it with the lawyer, right, the dad, right. But
it was a setup.
Yeah, but I think that, like I said earlier, I just think really Chris, I think it was funny, but I think Chris was more angry than anything. I think that slap had more of effect on what we want to give credit to. And I think it showed it when he did those last 10 minutes. And that was really funny, but he was really being just authentic. Like he was really saying what it was.
Yeah, he sounded like Buddy Lewis. No,
Thank you for the call.
Or Shane, yeah. I mean, but even with TDP's on probation because his phone keeps going off. I mean, and I'll ask you the same question. I said earlier, and I don't know what you think, I said that really Will got blessed that night because so many different things could have happened from that slap in terms of him bleeding, maybe breaking his jaw, maybe knocking him out. And God gave him a pass almost like, all right, it could be worse, but I'm going to go ahead and just let this be the slap. Do you agree that kind of Will really should look at it as a blessing that it didn't get any worse than it was?
And we'll take your response off air.
No, I think Will knew exactly how he was hitting him. I mean, this is a guy that's trained and an actor, and they know how to slap, they know how to punch. Like you said, he played Muhammad Ali, so he knows how to pull punches and how to pull slaps. That's something that he's trained to do. It was open. It was an open hand slap because if he wanted to punch him, he could have punched him.
What happened if he would have broke? But you can break somebody's jaw by slapping them or cause blood. What would you think the response would have been then?
Well, someone would have gave Chris a handkerchief, but I thought, all that I don't, as far as like the best thing I thought Chris said too was he said he had a good chin. I thought that was great. He took it. I thought that was interesting. He took it. I thought his bit on his brother with the transgender stuff and Caitlyn and all that.
I thought that could have been funnier though. I thought he was going to go deeper with that.
Yeah, I thought that was weak. Yeah. You know why I thought it was weaker? It was because he couldn't embody his brother like Eddie Murphy does when he embodies Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He couldn't do the impression. Which tells me you really haven't paid enough attention to your brother.
Well, I look at it the other way. I think he looked at it as he was about to go in, but then he didn't want his brother to come off.
Caller.
He didn't want his brother to come off transphobic or something like that. So he kind of cut it. Because if you look at it,
I saw him editing a lot of stuff. His mouth was dry a lot. His mouth was dry.
Okay.
And, that's the first sign of a comic who's thinking too much.
Well, maybe I need to start thinking more, and then I won't be so wet. Sorry, that was for the chat room. I tried.
So I
Thanks, caller.
I thought that was interesting. But, just piggyback back to Ricky Smiley. I just think we're at a point now where I agree with Poetess that it's the social media, and I just don't know how we're going to get it. Because I'm worried about my son, so to speak.
Yeah. Thanks, caller.
Makes you look in.
That's what Dr. Laura would have did.
But Lou, there's nothing you can do about it. If you think about it, there's nothing you can do about it unless you take all the phones away, and you can't. It's right in their hands. There's nothing in terms of social media. There's nothing you can do. Now, how his son got on drugs, I don't know. I can't blame social media for him being on drugs. You know what I mean?
Access.
Right. But everything else is, you know what I mean, right there in his hands.
Yeah. Thanks, caller.
Well, yeah. I think you're right in one sense that you cannot stop someone from doing something, but you can help guide them to finding what they need to find.
Right.
You can help guide them. It's just like when you take a kid bowling, you have to put the bumpers up there.
Did Ricky's son live with him?
No, he was. No, well, his son was grown. His son was a grown man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of times you can still have, like I said, I don't know. I don't know what the relationship was.
The guy, people hide this stuff. Like the guy who created the Vine and HQ. I was watching that thing the other day.
Uh-huh.
And this dude had a heroin overdose. No one knew he was on heroin. You know, and it's like, and we had honest check-ins. Meaning that you could, now they say you can't walk in a kid's bedroom, you should knock.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my parents didn't knock.
It's a good point. Thanks, caller.
But that's the problem.
Yeah, but it can be fixed by saying, no doors, or if it's your house. But all these outside people are telling you how you're supposed to raise your kids inside your house.
So nice today.
Yeah.
Lou, are you around people, Lou?
Yeah, I'm around people.
Yeah.
I'm around people.
Well, we're just trying to figure out why you were so nice.
Oh, ain't that it? Well, no, this is just a subject that's important to me because we're seeing so much death.
How often do you check in with your kids?
Every day.
Yeah.
Yes,
you know, but it's simple. My thing is, you cool? Yeah, you cool? Love you. And you too. And then every now and then I'll stop by and say, yeah. But like I told him, I said, my only fear and most fears of dads is walking to a crib and finding that nowadays that your kid is cold.
So you turn the heat? I mean, it's a heater thing?
No, his body's cold. He's dead.
Oh, I thought you said the nigga was cold. I was like, you know.
Yeah, the body's cold.
Oh, dead. Okay, I got you. My bad.
I mean, that's the whole thing with trying to understand how do you, like you said, how do you parent as an adult? Well, there's different kind of parenting. I mean, you parent when they're toddlers, you parent when they're, you know, teenagers, and it's a different kind of parenting, and then you have to more guiding as an adult. You know, once they get, because even boys or girls, once they get that sniff of independence.
Yeah.
Like once you know your son smells a girl or whatever he likes and he's sexually active, well now you got a different attitude to deal with. You know, when there was an urgent thing of phone. When phones first came out, all the kids wanted phones. Like I got a buddy who made his kids say Mr. and Miss. They could not call an adult by their first name.
Right.
And like I don't like kids saying what to me. You know, when I'm coaching, I don't like to hear what. You call me coach. And some kids try to call you your first name.
Yeah.
And I think those barriers are things we need to have some consistency.
But the problem is society, see, with that type of attitude, society goes, no, that's being controlling. That's being bullying. That's not letting them express themselves. That's the problem.
Yeah. You make great points. Thanks, caller.
I appreciate it, man. You've got more time than others.
All right, man. Y'all stupid.
No, I hope not.
Thank you. Anybody else want to call in with something that we don't want to listen to? Hey, please call in 323-815-4204. Call in, callers.
Now, let's say this to that point.
Okay.
Social media, filters, the perfect life being shown, being absorbed. Now, a lot of these kids don't even eat.
Bro, these kids don't know how to eat. They don't write. They don't know how to do. They don't know how to do the basic stuff. But turn their phone on.
My point, Danny, they're not even eating, right? So I've been on this phone looking at greatness for 4 hours, but I'm gonna go warm up a hot pocket.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Some juice.
Right.
And now I'm gonna go another 4.
Like not even sitting there having a real meal or anything like interacting with people.
That will deteriorate now if I'm doing drugs.
Right.
On top of that, I really don't want to eat because that's a depressant.
Well, you know,
could you screen that call, please? You know what I'm saying? That could be a depressant as well. Your body is like, I need to check out because I'm not being
right. You're right.
There's a whole nother wrinkle to this kinkle.
We have a call?
Caller.
See? Really? See, she want to get smart and then play the wrong one. That's what you get. That's God right there. That's Jesus right there.
Caller.
Good afternoon, fellas.
Hey.
How's it going? It's Sylvester from Orlando.
What's up, Sylvester?
Running routes out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Talk to us, Sylvester.
I don't want to kill the show like Lou Dix just did, so let's try to keep it funny.
You heard the last caller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord,
yeah.
geez. I almost killed myself.
Give us some
I do want to
education.
say something controversial, though.
Okay, go ahead.
Give it to us.
When it comes to the Chris Rock thing, I liked it.
Okay.
It's amazing. But I noticed a couple of things. I noticed a little bit of Corey Holcomb.
Okay.
I noticed a little bit of Jamie Foxx. And I noticed a little bit of Steve Harvey.
Okay.
But do anybody else hear any of that? Or does it matter? Or is it?
I disagree.
No, that's your
opinion.
evaluation of what you saw.
Yeah, but I didn't see that.
Okay, okay, well, I'll go a little bit deeper then.
Okay.
Same thing she said.
I like it when she say that. Anyway.
Spread legs.
The abortion stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Corey Holcomb bread and butter.
Okay.
The after-birth abortion, that was Steve Harvey in the 90s.
Okay.
And, the OJ and the kind of the single life stuff was kind of Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx.
I'm with you.
I'm with you. But again, I disagree because every comic.
You with him and disagree?
Well, no. Well, I'm saying I hear what he's saying, but what he did was did the lawyer move. He said he heard a lot of Jamie Foxx. Then I said no. Then he came back with the example of it and said the same people, Jamie, Steve, and Corey. And I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that as comedians, we all can touch a particular subject at the same time. It just happens.
But he brought it in styles of delivery.
But Chris has always been like that, though. I didn't see Chris. He didn't seem different to me, Sylvester. Maybe I didn't see it, but you might have started, but I didn't see it.
Okay. Well, that's I'm a guy that loves comedy, and when I see stuff, I just like, ooh, is that borderline, or was it even borderline? Would y'all leave it, or just give it a pass?
No, that's your evaluation.
Yes.
We respect that. So what did you think about the Will Smith and then the Jada Pinkett and the Marco girl? What was your look at that?
I think so. We're talking about the Marco girl. Let's talk about the Marco girl first.
Okay.
So we're talking about the black girl with the mixed mom and the white daddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was okay? Did she get a racist pass?
No, she.
Racist?
What do you mean? Does she get a racist pass? I don't know what you mean by that.
Daddy white, her mama white and black. I mean, why she get to call anything racist?
Well, I see what you're saying, but from Chris' point of view, Chris was like, "How can you even complain when you married into it?" And believe it or not, I think that's a crutch that she's using, that they're using, because she knew what she was marrying. I mean, come on, you going to England? You in another country and marry into it? Come on. She knew what she was getting into.
Like, you live in the States, but you go to the headquarters of hatred.
Exactly. That's a great point.
Yeah.
She don't get a pass.
I married a Klan member. I don't get it.
Yeah, but the thing is, and you know what? Let me say this. To his credit, he may not, maybe he doesn't have that spirit. His mind was pretty open, whatever. But that still doesn't mean she could get a pass of not being talked about just because, quote unquote, she's a woman. No, I'm with you. I'm saying what the people have been saying on the internet and what everybody's saying. Well, he's attacking a black woman. No, because she probably ain't even identifying being black.
Right.
To be honest with you, if you want to keep it 100, she ain't identifying being black.
Right.
Probably not. Not until they said she was.
The only reason that
like the vice president, but that's another story.
Yeah, but the only reason that she identified with being black at the wedding was because black millionaires went to the wedding, so that made it look good. Serena Williams, Oprah.
Right.
But other than that,
Your fan base is
but if she saw you down the street, and she saw
you want them wedding gifts.
Say it again.
You want them wedding gifts from millionaires. You want them.
Well, he's wealthy.
Yeah.
That's But what I'm saying is, to your point, agreeing to it, she doesn't get a pass. And I bet you, in terms of identifying with African Americans, I'm willing to bet 9 out of 10 she doesn't identify with being black. Now she may feel like it now because all of a sudden, but if you notice, she just talked about their family. She never talked about what's happening, what people might be saying in the street or experiencing with other friends. She talked about the issue that they're having.
Right.
And any royal family, with anybody with any knowledge, is going to know they're picky about who anybody comes into the, let alone, a black woman.
I bet the Roman King didn't have these type of problems.
Yeah, because they went and got their women, and then you were killed if you didn't like you. I mean, but I on that part before you go to the other one, she I don't give her a pass, and I don't think she should. As a comic, why should she all of a sudden get a pass because she's had issues in her marriage? I mean, with her family, that's on her. She married into it.
She was married before that as well.
Was she married before?
Yeah.
I didn't think she was married before.
She was married.
Oh, he was married to somebody else.
That's actually he went against the grain, didn't he? Aren't they supposed to be marrying virgins?
That's what I'm saying. You went against the family crest.
Right.
But didn't Prince Charles marry Camilla, and Camilla was married before she married him?
But he was already married. His first wife was, he was
his
the prince.
first wife was supposed to be Princess Diana was supposed to be a virgin.
She was.
Right.
But he's always been in love with Camilla.
Mm-hmm. But he married a virgin though. They have kids. The kids were from a woman that had never had by anybody else. What'd you say?
I'm married with 2 kids. I'm a virgin too. I identify as one.
Okay, thank you, caller.
Hey man, thanks for calling, man. See you next week. No,
I tried.
yeah, you did. Yep.
Swing and a miss.
Boy, he was doing so good too, man.
But that goes back in the lineage, you had Queen Charlotte, which is Charlotte, North Carolina, who's named after, and then Mecklenburg. That she left the crown. That's how she got in her position, and she went to Africa and never came back.
Well, who's the one that married Princess Grace?
Yeah.
That's the one that married the brother in Morocco, I believe, right? So it happens, but you can't. What she's trying to do, which is what I don't agree with in terms of black people and OJ kind of did, is you leave the culture, right? Because you want to go do your own thing. And then when you don't get accepted by the culture you try to go into, then you try to use your culture or us to say, they're being racist against me.
Okay, but now you coming from a split culture. So you say she doesn't identify as being black because the European side of her go like, I want to be a princess. I want to be a queen. So to get to that route, I get to this dude.
Yeah, look how she acts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm in that route, but now you going to somebody whose whole thing has been converted from German to this. Now you're going to really get the real full of it.
But that's why I don't like and adding on to it, that's why I don't like the fact, TDP, that all of a sudden when she went that route, it's, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden now you're like, wait a minute. Let me come back to my people and ask and get that help. You know what I mean? And now she's over here. They doing talk, you know what I mean? Trying to have a reality show.
When did she come back to her people, though? It's not even like she came back.
Well, you right. But I'm saying in terms of just trying to call it, said that she's...
I don't think they should have went there. Like,
me too.
People know it's not... What is it going to change? It's just going to make your life more difficult.
Exactly. But if that's what you... But like they say, it's like...
Because she really kind of came off... And I don't really...
Controlling.
I'm not really...
Controlling.
Not controlling, but... entitled.
Snobbish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she's light skinned and she was able to get in. Her friends were white. She didn't meet...
Her dad was white. Her dad is white. Her mom's black.
But I'm saying, her friends, when she met the prince, she didn't meet them through girls like that look like you. There was European girls she was hanging out and connect. There was no way that I was going to be against Prince.
Or it could have been where she was hanging out. Because she's in Hollywood. It could be where she's hanging out, where those types hang out.
That's where she was.
That's what I'm saying. But still, it was more of women that
How do you
looked
know
like...
who she was hanging out the night she met that guy?
They made mention of it. They said who met her, introduced. I don't know where she was hanging, but she met him through her girlfriends.
Yeah. She wasn't at Fat Tuesday. I know that.
She sure wasn't at Fat Tuesday. That I was part of.
You go over there, you marry this dude, you think he's gonna go over there and get proper English.
Lewis just texted me and said, Daddy is gonna get us sued. Who was you talking about with the kid that's...
I don't know what Lewis is nervous
You gotta
about everything.
you gotta put allegedly.
Allegedly, okay. Thank you, Lou. Oh Lord Jesus! Allegedly, all of this that I just said.
All right, we got a couple more videos before
she
we
went over there to get proper English, but she got German.
She got German.
That's what happened.
Allegedly.
Knowingly. Allegedly.
All right, here's another video by our beloved Jeff.
Jazzy.
Yeah,
take all this, honey. You think I'm sexy? Huh?
You see, she ain't leaving.
Think I'm What's your number, honey? What's your number? I ain't gonna call you, but is that flirting? Hey, check this out, honey.
Call me too.
Come here, baby.
Let me tell you, if she can tame that monkey, she'd take that monkey home.
Come here, girl. Let me tell you something.
Why do you think he?
Probably got a phone call. You probably got a text. Yo, man, them hoes is coming over here by the window.
You heard of monkey love, honey?
Yeah, but monkey love. Hey, baby, here's a monkey pipe right here for you.
It was just his day to show off.
Hey, man, you heard about Larry? Yeah, he was at the window showing off.
Yeah.
All his.
Get out that window, Larry. Today, my
That's
day.
funny. He was following her too. Like, come get this.
Check this out.
That's what his boy said, man. You ain't gonna meet these girls unless you be aggressive. You gotta be aggressive, Larry.
All right, here's the next video.
We ain't even gotta talk.
Yeah.
When you've been boning the same special woman for as long as I have, you learn how to really turn her inside out with your rock-hard cock.
Since we've met, we've fucked thousands of times. But even today, there's nobody I'd rather have deep dicking me at night and fucking me again in the morning.
People ask how we've lasted so long, and I say it's all about accepting change. When Doris was younger, she liked to be thrown around like a rag doll. But these days, she doesn't care what I do as long as I give her pussy the drilling it needs.
On the other hand, he's still the same old Isaac. He loved coming on my tits 55 years ago, and he still does today.
Well, heck, if it ain't broke.
Ooh, thank you, because that got me off this. Ooh, Lewis is right now where he is. He's like, oh my God.
No,
Yeah, Lewis is having a fit.
Yeah, yeah. Allegedly.
And they still together.
Yeah, POTUS, you're gonna be in trouble for that one.
I don't know. Oh, here's another one.
So what you be saying about me behind my back when you be mad, when I make you mad? Just tell me.
You want the truth?
You gonna whoop me? No, I'm not gonna whoop you. I promise.
Alibi.
What you be saying?
I was saying, this motherfucking bitch be asking me questions.
Wow. Yeah.
First of all, am I gonna get a whooping?
Yeah.
I'm about to get real.
Secondly, Lewis did not like that one.
Oh.
POTUS, everybody's showing out
Lewis
today.
texted me and said nasty. Was he talking about the old people? Lewis, you ain't gonna be getting yours in at that age.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna do what I can.
Now, Pete, did you ever have them thoughts growing up?
What about my mom?
Yeah.
Maybe not in those words, but what's funny, well, it's not really funny, but mom, she been kind of, having health issues, but she went out last night and played some cards, but she tripped at the casino, and when she called me this morning, she had a black eye.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, what happened to you? She said, I tripped over. And then I said, oh, because I thought your roommate probably popped you in your eye for talking so much shit.
Right.
And she said, I wish that bitch would pop me in my eye. I'm like, oh, Lord.
First of all,
And
what did
start
your mom
cracking
doing at
up.
the casino?
Fortunata. Out
She
there
plays
reckless.
cards.
Which one was she at?
Yeah.
It's a small one she goes to in the city she lives in.
Yeah.
She's in Oakland?
In the Bay Area.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying on those days, like come wash the dishes or take out the trash, and you stomp off to the room. And then,
Yeah, well, one time, I probably told this story before. I was around 13 or 14. I had some girlfriends over
Oh, you
And
had the crew.
I had the crew over, and Mom said something to me, and I talked back, and she smacked me in front of everybody, and I was so embarrassed.
Okay, you're not the leader no more.
New house. She controls nothing over here.
Was tough.
Yeah, let's go to Jamie house.
All right. Okay, so here's one. It's a little long, so we might have to skim through it. But
we have to sleep.
This guy has 7 kids by 7 different baby mamas.
What's wrong with that?
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied. Because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids.
All right. So
You told her that didn't happen, so your toe was
you still got responsible.
non-and void. Yeah.
Once they come, you got to take care of them.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, like they say, every person you lay down with can potentially be the mother or father of your child.
That means Lewis and that dude about to have a baby.
Now, we all just come to a consensus. He was having a rant. Now, what would you think his comments would be on his live? You want us to feel sorry for you?
Yeah.
You didn't want it, but you messed with it.
Yeah, right. Nah,
Exactly. Your pullout game was weak.
Terrible.
Either the pullout game is weak or whatever. Whoever you've been hitting, them 7 must have been the one.
I want to say this where my pullout game is terrible. At the gas station.
I know, right?
Damn.
Somehow they get that extra 2.
98.
They get that extra 2 or 3 cents.
2104.
2104.
Exactly.
For 3 gallons, by the way.
They do that shit on purpose, and that shit adds up.
Man.
Okay, so was Busta Rhymes wrong or right in this situation? So a woman walked up and grabbed his ass.
Mm-hmm. He was right.
You for sure was a woman?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, it was a woman. That was at the conference. I heard about this.
There she goes.
And if you see how she acted, you can't see it because Buster there. She did it, and then she tried to act shy, like, oops.
Yeah.
And he did the right thing. She lucky it wasn't hot coffee.
One time I pinched a friend, a guy on his ass, and he was mad as hell.
Herbie Hancock?
No.
Luther?
I ain't gonna say who it is, but he was mad as
Good. That wasn't Buster's fault.
And he held that on me like for years. He was mad at me.
Well, I don't know that. I wouldn't have held it that long, but he had the right to be upset.
That wasn't Buster's fault. That was
that's actually security too.
Thank you.
I'm trying to. How you let somebody get? You're supposed to let somebody get that close. But again, female wise, they probably not gonna. You know what I mean?
That's when you're supposed to be the most.
Yeah, but let me tell you why I look at. I always try to reverse things. If that was Beyonce walking, and I went up behind her to squeeze her ass and stuff, I
got
just
your arm broke
in 2.
But no, the dude that ran on stage when her and Jay-Z was walking off and got to her.
No, but what I'm saying is people were up in terms of I'm just relating to this video here where there were some people talking about how Busta Rhymes was wrong for throwing the drink on her and all that, and I'm like, but if that was reversed,
yeah, she assaulted him.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, we got to get to Teeter's thing.
But she could have stuck her with a needle or anything.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
That's true.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
When you just talk about practice, we sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
I wish one of your guys had children so I could kick them in the fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
You won't do shit.
Oh, we look like the damn Bad News Bears.
You just gonna sing without all your teeth in your mouth like that? She was good. TD Sports Ticker. Let's get right to it. NBA, John Morant.
Ooh.
In Denver, open carry state for weapons. He's in season. They at the club. The dude pulled out a 22, and the world went crazy. Do you think he should be suspended for 2 games or the rest of the season? Dannon Green.
Rest of the season, and he should lose his Nike contract.
His brand new shoe.
See, now Kyrie lost his Nike contract just putting up a link and didn't even comment on it. This dude pulls out, and so they go with Ja Morant. He pulls out a gun.
A 22
in a state that's licensed, but if that gun was his, he's crossed state lines with an illegal pistol.
Right.
And supposedly they're not supposed to carry weapons in NBA players,
Correct.
especially in the stadium.
Yeah, but
it's called the Gilbert Arenas rule.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, because Gilbert Arenas did that in D.C.
Right.
with the Wizards when the dude that's in prison now, but he pulled the gun out on him.
Yeah.
The guy that the Lakers had. The Lakers actually had him for a minute. That guard, remember?
Javaris Quinton.
Yes.
Yes.
So here's the thing, TDP.
Yes, sir.
You're the face of your team. You're the face of your organization. You're almost on.
That's the same thing.
Oh yeah, okay. Team organization. Well, yeah, okay.
The face
okay.
of the league.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. That's right. Almost the face of the league. Definitely, ESPN highlight almost every other night.
He's in there.
He's the guy.
$200 million man.
And you first find out that last year you beat up a 17-year-old
at your house,
which then you went to the mall.
Infrared.
And got into it with the security because your mama messed up.
They pressed charges.
Right? You know what happened, right? His mama called because something was going on in the mall.
Right.
Why would you call your son who's worth 30, 40 million a year?
Who's going to call his boys?
Yeah, call his boys. Leave his son out of it.
Yeah.
So, and then you're at the games. You always get in with Shannon Sharp with you and your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And Shannon Sharp takes the heat. He's the one that's really considered the instigator on that one.
Just a trail.
Right? Mm-hmm. But now, when you see something like this that happened in Colorado, you got to look at you and your dad and your family on how y'all conducting yourselves.
Correct. Now, in open carry state, who's to say if they've been there 12, 18 hours, 8 hours already, and somebody who was a fan just said, hey, man, here, take this.
It could have happened.
That could have happened.
So I'm not going to say that couldn't have happened.
Right.
But you got to look at the other part of it, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a felony, no matter you took private or commercial, to have a gun on a plane.
If it's not licensed to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's even if you have a licensed gun, commercially, you can't take it.
You can take it, but you have to make provisions.
They got to know.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. So he done did all of this stuff, and the only thing that could probably save him on that is, which is a great point. I haven't heard anyone say that yet, but if someone in Denver gave it to him.
Right.
But Denver's investigating it now.
Exactly.
And unlike in the past where you would have the media trying to protect the athlete, they're going to go after and try to make a case out of this.
Right.
Trust me.
But in certain bars in Denver, it's everybody know each other. They have guns in the bar. So you can't have guns where there ain't no alcohol. It depends on the provider of the establishment.
But so we go. That's the route. But even all of that, you're the face of your organization.
Correct.
Top ball player in the league.
Absolutely.
Come on, what are you doing, man?
That's
you
a 22.
You want to be a G.
Even like I had an AR-15 with a scopes on it.
But look how he's been acting too with the people. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think he should be taking any advice from Steven Jackson, who claims, I check in Chicago all the time, old block.
Right.
But then you gonna tell this dude, man, you shouldn't be having. You gotta watch who you hanging around with. That don't work, Steven Jackson.
It's the easy conversation.
Yes. You and Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes, I drove 2.5 hours to whoop some ass.
But,
come on, man.
But once it hit, like forever, it hits for. Now they showing him throwing up signs in games. And
they're gonna and the thing about it, they're going to go after him because it's better news to go after him.
That's called the Allen Iverson rule.
Right. Now, what you think about Nike? What? Real
Wait,
quick.
I have to share this.
Oh, thank you.
Shout out to OG Sleepy Logie. He said Dannon, a.k.a. Stephen A. Spit.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
ES wet in.
And he who thinks that
Hey, hold on. Good one. Fuck you, TDP. ES wet in.
And he who thinks that Dannon spit Bayless.
Spit Bayless. All right, you guys are good. I'm happy that you're on your game today. Well, okay, let me ask you this question.
Absolutely.
Nike, what do they do?
Yeah, it's their choice. It's his first shoe, right?
Did he break any laws?
Yeah, he broke some laws.
What law?
If it doesn't...
Well, first of all, he broke the team rules.
No, I mean like the state or
Well, we don't know
federal
yet. I mean, we don't know what's been pressed yet. But we do know we don't know
Cross the state lines with a firearm.
With a firearm. And in an airplane.
And
airport.
if it's not registered to you, that
That's a
holds
hard
weight.
one. I would say no. They shouldn't cancel him, but
So why should they keep him but get rid of Kyrie?
I don't agree that they should have got rid of Kyrie.
Selective.
But that's what selective outrage. That's about the greatest. Thank you, Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be that's some new talk.
Selective.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can use that in your relationship. Baby, selective outrage. You wasn't mad when I put my drawers on top of the television when we was getting down, but now I'm on the floor. It's an issue. Oh, my fault.
Hut 2.
Go ahead.
NFL Combines, big dudes is running fast.
Man, 284.5. You saw that? Golly. And did you see the quarterback from
4-4?
Florida?
Was he 4-4?
No, he ran like a 4.4, jump 40-inch vertical,
I'm talking about
10
running.
feet,
4-4.
standing broad jump, and throwing the ball in a rocket.
Yeah.
And still won't go in the first round.
The new breed is here. The
Yeah.
boys is fast.
Yeah.
And that was, we have the hood, bitch, I can swim better than you. Final. Can you show that video, P?
Before things change, you was changing.
Where the pool?
Oh, here you go.
I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. I put my pride to the side and put my all in you. I tried what.
They act like they didn't even see that.
They didn't.
She asked him, excuse me.
Show it again, POTUS.
Before things change, you was changing.
Oh, there you go.
I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. I put my pride to the side and put my all in you.
Black people, don't be scared of water. What is wrong with us?
Peter, when you said big boys running, I thought you wanted to play that other video of the little big boy.
No, that's the highlight.
Okay.
That's the highlight for him. But to that point, like they say, we don't swim. That's a stereotype. Now, in her mind, she was used to diving boards. But on this cruise ship, they got a slide. So I took the slide for the diving board and tried to get to the water this way.
If she would have missed that slide.
No, she would just set her butt
if
down.
She would have missed that slide.
Yeah.
That would have been a busted head open. Because you could tell, her eyes were closed.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Look. They probably like, what the hell?
I put my pride to the...
A black cruise.
She tried to take the shortcut. That didn't happen. Now here. This is the World Games right here. Male against female in obstacle courses of life. Let's see who's the winner. Male versus female. I need a Capri Sun. Jesus. Get under here. Oh, there she go, the enemy. Girls are better. Girl power. No, you don't. Ooh, that hurt. Gotta go.
Go, fat boy.
You're good for a whole species.
Oh, she caught up.
Girl power. Oh, okay, gotta get it in the hole. Gotta get it in the hole. Rapido! Rapido, yeah!
Huevos!
Mexican. Yeah, baby! Way to represent for the guys.
Guys win.
If that kid would have lost, it'd have
And
been
he was
over.
a little little chunkum.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And he's still.
He was running too.
Shout out to the women for participating.
Yeah,
but
great.
You lost.
Great to have you guys there again.
Now, who was that running for this? What?
I don't know.
What branch of South America? The name?
Salvadorian.
A Mexican.
Okay.
Well, we lost that sponsorship.
That was TDP Sports Ticker.
And that ends our show.
Wow.
We want to thank Jackie and Asher. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get.
Really?
Asher. She got to do better, man. That's why we ain't getting no sponsors. Because she don't know nobody.
Eating them peanut butter crackers.
Shut up. Asher Simpson. I was just trying to get
Asher. Okay.
And Jackie and Jay for donating. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much, man. We appreciate it.
And if you'd like to show your appreciation,
there you go.
Yeah, support us.
Here are ways that you can support the show.
Yeah, we drive a long way to
and
get here.
give us a number to keep Louis Dix off the show.
Yeah, it was a smooth day. We were able to show vulgar videos. We're good.
Somebody said, how much can I donate to keep Dannon off the show?
Give us a number.
Yeah. Give us a number.
Throw it out there.
Yeah, 600.
In a man's world.
We out, y'all. Have
We
a
out.
good one.